Have you ever wondered if the snacks you reach for every day could actually be helping or quietly holding back your health as you get older? Nuts are often called nature's perfect superfood, but the latest research is revealing something fascinating about how different types can affect your heart, brain, and even your gut in ways most people don't realize. Some nuts might support your long-term wellness, while others, if eaten in the wrong amounts, could create subtle stress on your body over time. If you've ever felt confused by what's good or bad to eat, or noticed changes in energy, focus, or digestion, you're not alone. Let me know in the comments what your favorite snack is right now. Stay with me, because the next few minutes might completely change how you think about these everyday nuts. And there's one tip that almost nobody talks about. Have you ever stopped for a moment to think about the small choices you make every day and how they quietly shape your health years down the line? Sometimes it's the things we consider simple, like a handful of nuts, that can make a surprising difference to our heart, brain, and overall well-being as we age. Nuts have been around for centuries as a healthy snack, but recent research is finally giving us a clearer picture of what really happens when we include them in our daily routine. Large-scale studies now show that eating a modest amount of nuts every day is linked to lower risks of cardiovascular problems and other chronic conditions when they're part of a balanced diet. And it's not just about heart health. These studies suggest benefits for overall longevity and long-term wellness, especially for adults over 40 who want to feel their best in the decades ahead. But there's a key point most people miss. It's not about eating as many nuts as possible. Nuts are rich in healthy fats, fiber, protein, and a range of micronutrients. But overconsumption can quietly add excess calories without giving you extra benefits. Understanding balance, moderate portions, and mindful timing is what makes the difference. As we think about nutrition and aging, it's fascinating to see how these tiny seeds of nature interact with our bodies. Tree nuts in particular, like almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, have been studied for their impact on heart health. Replacing less healthy snacks or highly processed foods with a handful of nuts can support a more balanced diet over time. Research shows that adults who include nuts regularly tend to have lower risk markers for heart disease, and even small changes in daily habits can translate to meaningful benefits over years. The concept isn't complicated, but it's powerful. Consistent, simple choices matter more than occasional extremes. And the story doesn't stop at the heart. Cognitive health is increasingly a focus for people as they age, and nuts may play a role here too. Emerging research links regular nut consumption with slower cognitive decline and enhanced circulation in the brain. What does that mean in practical terms? It means that the foods we eat could help support everyday thinking, memory, and mental clarity over time. While nuts aren't a magic bullet, including them as part of a balanced diet may contribute to maintaining mental sharpness and focus. This is particularly relevant for viewers who notice small changes in memory, concentration, or mental energy. They're not alone, and the evidence shows lifestyle factors, including diet, can be influential. Beyond the brain, the gut and immune system are also important pieces of the wellness puzzle. Recent studies have highlighted connections between moderate nut intake, gut microbiome diversity, and systemic inflammation. In other words, eating nuts in sensible amounts may help maintain a healthy balance of gut bacteria, which is essential for digestion, immune function, and overall well-being. Aging can naturally reduce gut diversity and contribute to low-level inflammation. So these kinds of nutritional choices aren't just about one organ. They interact with multiple systems in the body. The message here is simple but meaningful. Choosing foods that support your gut can have wide-reaching effects, from comfort and digestion to longer-term vitality. Now, many people might be wondering, how do I actually include nuts in my daily routine without overdoing it? The good news is that it doesn't require a complete diet overhaul. Research and dietitians recommend realistic portion sizes, usually a small handful, or about 1 ounce per day. Timing can make a difference too. Eating them as a mid-morning or afternoon snack instead of processed treats gives you both energy and nutrients without overloading your diet. And for those with allergies or sensitivities, there are safe alternatives that can still provide many of the benefits. The key is consistency and smart substitution, simple habits that are easy to maintain over the long term. It's also worth noting that different nuts bring slightly different benefits. Walnuts, for example, are rich in plant-based omega-3s, which are linked to brain health and cardiovascular support. Almonds provide magnesium and vitamin E, important for muscle function, sleep quality, and antioxidant protection. Pistachios offer a blend of protein and lutein, supporting eye health and healthy aging muscles. Pecans are high in antioxidants, which can help counteract oxidative stress, a natural part of aging. When we think about variety within a balanced diet, the differences between these nuts can complement each other, creating a broader impact than any single choice alone. Of course, it's not just about the science. There's also a very human element to consider: our habits, routines, and daily struggles. Many of us snack while working, watching TV, or on the go, and it's easy to reach for convenient options that don't offer lasting benefits. But taking a few moments to consider the quality of your choices, even something as simple as which nut you pick, can reinforce a mindset of mindfulness around food. This approach isn't about restriction or fear. It's about giving your body the nutrients it needs to function optimally and supporting long-term wellness in a practical, sustainable way. And speaking of practical, it helps to know which substitutions work best. For people who enjoy peanut butter, almond butter, or tahini, can provide similar textures and protein without some of the challenges associated with peanuts for certain individuals. Mixing different nuts into oatmeal, salads, or baked goods is another effective method, allowing you to enjoy both flavor and nutrition. Research shows that when people include nuts strategically, replacing processed snacks, they not only feel better physically, but also report greater satisfaction and satiety throughout the day. Small adjustments like these may seem minor, but they add up, reinforcing positive habits that can last for decades. As we reflect on nutrition and lifestyle habits, it's natural to connect these choices to broader health concerns. Cardiovascular health, brain function, gut integrity, and inflammation are topics that resonate with many viewers because they impact daily energy, mood, and independence. Sharing experiences and tips with others can be valuable too, so if you've noticed changes in energy, mental clarity, or digestion when adjusting your diet, it's worth reflecting on and discussing. You're not alone in figuring out what works best for you, and even small shifts can provide reassurance that you're taking proactive steps for your well-being. While diet is only one piece of the puzzle, it interacts with other lifestyle factors, such as regular physical activity, sleep quality, stress management, and overall mental health. Moderate exercise, even walking, can complement dietary choices, supporting heart health, muscle strength, and cognitive function. Consistent sleep patterns help regulate mood, immune response, and recovery, and stress management contributes to better hormonal balance and reduced inflammation. Integrating mindful eating with other healthy habits creates a supportive ecosystem for long-term wellness, one that's achievable without drastic restrictions or extreme routines. It's also encouraging to see how research keeps evolving. Studies in 2025 and beyond continue to explore the links between diet, cognitive aging, gut microbiome health, and systemic inflammation. While we can't control every factor in our biology, evidence-based choices, like including a variety of nuts in moderate amounts, replacing highly processed foods, and paying attention to portion sizes, are steps anyone can take. These habits build resilience in the body over time and give you the confidence that your daily actions matter. And beyond the physical, there's an emotional component too. Taking a moment each day to focus on your health, whether it's preparing a mindful snack, reflecting on your routine, or considering research-based choices, can reinforce a sense of agency and reassurance. We all experience uncertainty about aging, memory, energy, and overall health, and it's natural to worry. But cultivating habits that are supported by research and tailored to your lifestyle is empowering. It's a way of showing care for your future self without feeling overwhelmed by conflicting information or sensationalized claims. So think about your day-to-day habits. Have you noticed differences when you include certain foods or snacks? Do you feel more alert, energetic, or simply more satisfied? Sharing these experiences can help others and even reinforce your own awareness. Let us know in the comments which small changes you've made or are considering. Engaging with a supportive community can make navigating health information easier and more relatable. As we continue exploring this topic, remember that no single food is a cure-all. What matters is patterns and consistency, how choices accumulate over months and years to support cardiovascular health, cognitive function, gut integrity, and overall vitality. Being mindful about portion sizes, variety, and substitution allows you to enjoy foods you love while still aligning with long-term wellness goals. And even small improvements, like swapping one processed snack for a handful of nuts, can have ripple effects that matter more than you might think. Looking ahead, the exciting part is how research continues to inform our daily choices. Studies now emphasize not just individual nutrients, but how they interact with the gut, the brain, and systemic inflammation. This holistic perspective is shaping how we think about nutrition as a tool for resilience rather than a temporary fix. And when combined with moderate exercise, sleep, stress management, and social connection, it creates a practical framework for well-being that's achievable at any age. So as you consider your next snack, your next meal, or your daily routine, remember that simple, evidence-informed choices matter. They're not about perfection, fear, or restriction. They're about giving yourself the best chance for a vibrant, balanced life. Reflect on your habits, notice small differences, and share your experiences with others. It's in these small but consistent actions that long-term health and vitality are built. And while we focused on nuts today, the principles apply across nutrition and lifestyle choices. Balance, moderation, variety, and mindfulness. Paying attention to what you eat, how you move, and how you rest creates a foundation that supports not just longevity, but quality of life. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. Small, intentional adjustments accumulate over time, reinforcing the sense that your daily decisions are meaningful. Stay curious, stay attentive, and remember that your health is shaped by the patterns you create, not occasional extremes. We'll continue exploring practical, research-backed ways to support heart, brain, and overall wellness. And there's much more to uncover about how everyday habits influence long-term outcomes. If any of this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on your daily choices and let us know in the comments. What changes have you noticed when you try mindful eating or incorporate healthier snacks? Sharing your experience not only helps others, it reinforces your own journey toward balanced living. Keep watching, because in the next segments, we'll explore practical tips, portion strategies, and the latest insights from recent studies that make these concepts actionable without ever feeling overwhelming.